seems barren and lifeless, where survival seems impossible, where safety seems out of reach. But the truth is, it's the perspective. We can walk through the desert seeing a void landscape, absent of water. Or we can walk through the desert seeing a beautiful landscape and seeing the water that is all around. For there is always water all around. There is water in the moisture in the air. There is water under the ground in aquifers. There is water in plants and trees. So it's all about when we're feeling these negative feelings, these lack, these failure, fear, and all of that, we've got to embrace them as being a beautiful aspect of life, because they're indicators that we're moving in the right direction. If I do not feel fear, or I don't feel self-doubt, I'm not pushing myself beyond my current limits. And that's what it means to follow your intuition, is to go beyond your limits, because your intuition isn't something you can rationally explain. I don't know why I'm going to succeed. I just know that if I keep moving forward, I will succeed. I don't know when. I don't know how. It's not important how or when. The importance is, how do I feel in every moment? Do I feel paralyzed and crippled by my fear, my insecurities, my fear of lack, my doubts? Or do I embrace them and thank them for coming here, and reinstill and refuel my intuition with belief and faith that feeling I have in my heart is real, that vision I saw is real. That's the thing. It doesn't, there is no difference between the reality in my mind and the reality in the external environment. If I see that I can achieve something in my mind, it is as real as if I see that I have achieved something in real life or reality. That's the thing. There's no difference. So if I'm able to trust myself that, if my heart is saying do this, if my heart is saying do that, that if I follow it and I believe and I have faith, that I will be rewarded by reaching the destination that I want to reach. Now, intuition to me is a very spiritual thing, because I personally believe that intuition is God speaking to me. It doesn't matter if it's real or not, or if it's true or not, or if it's just internal to me, because how I understand and interpret God is that God is everything. God is not a man in the sky like the Christians and Catholics believe and the Muslims believe, where he's up there with a pen and paper going, oh mate, you did this, you did that, mate, not good, not good. No, that's all just fucking bullshit. Religion is all man-made. Spirituality is something we all have internally. Whatever it may be. We can worship the physical environment. We could worship technology. We can worship other people, humanity. We can worship nature. We can worship the universe. We could worship science. They're all forms of God. God is everything. So for me, when I get an urge to turn left, that is God telling me that the path that I'm on snakes left. And it's not for me to disagree, because in my life earlier on, I spent years disagreeing, trying to live in my ego, acting as if I know everything, when in truth, I know nothing. We all know nothing. Anyone that says they know something is misleading and lying. For to know something is to take something that is in a state of flow or flux or change and try and compartmentalize it into a box that is static. For I can never know something that is ever changing. I can only ever know what is static. That is why our textbooks don't change very often. For if our textbooks changed at the rate of information, they would be being rewritten every day. For new discoveries are made every day. For new revelations are made every day. To know is to confine. To seek is to explore. So we have the choice in life that we can try and confine life to what we believe life should be, or we can choose to just explore life for the potential that it holds and has. And if we choose to confine life, that's not a problem. We will know exactly what we have always known. We will be closed off to anything new, anything that doesn't fit into our box of life, our box of reality. Have you noticed people like this in life? I've met many of them. But if we choose to seek and explore, everything is new. Everything is possible. A person can change in the blink of an eye and become someone that they have never thought they could ever achieve to be, just by choosing to be that person. You have the ability to be whoever you want to be. But to be the person who you want to be, you have to believe and have faith that you are that person, that you are worthy of being that person. And the secret of life is, you are worthy. That's the fun thing in life. It's all a mind game. Once we win the battle of our mind and our heart, and we get aligned, the possibilities of life become endless. Because I don't just need to see the path to be able to walk it. I'm able to believe and trust that I know the path already, for I've walked it many times. While the path may have changed, maybe it's overgrown, maybe it's hard to find. If I close my eyes and I just listen to my heart and I move where I'm drawn to move, I'll always find that path. And that's part of life, part of finding your purpose, part of finding meaning in your life. Just close your eyes and think, who do I want to be in life? What do I want to do? How do I want to live? How do I want to treat others? Once you have those answers, you know the path to walk now. It's not a mystery. It never has been. You've always known. You've always had the inner knowing. Do you see? This is nothing new to you. But when we're trapped in our ego, it's hard to take a step forward unless we know the direction and path that we're going. But how can I ever know the direction or path that I am traveling if I have never been there before? If I do not exactly understand the destination? In life, we all walk different directions, but we end up in the same place. The only difference is the journeys that we had. That's the thing. This life is your journey, just like my life is my journey. So by letting go of needing to know the path before I walk, needing to know my life's experiences before I experience them, I'm able to just let go and experience. And if I'm able to let go of the ego and the need for good and bad, right and wrong, positive and negative, be it a negative feeling or emotion, be it a positive feeling or emotion, I get to choose how I want to feel. I get to choose how I want to react, how I want to be, how I want my state of being to be. And when we're able, because an important thing to understand is, on the other end of your fear, on the other end of your insecurity, your doubt, is everything you've ever dreamed of. Your ideal version of yourself is on the other end of the fear of becoming that person. The fear of acting as if you are already that person, and holding true in every moment, in every decision, to I am this person, so I must act and move through life as if I am this person. And when we're able to do that, we realize after walking a couple of steps, I am that person. But just to the same, your dreams and aspirations and goals in life, no matter how small, no matter how big, the ones that scare you and where there's fear and uncertainty and doubt and insecurity, on the other end of that is the life you've dreamed of living. So what I say to you is, face your fears like I try to. It's not easy facing fears, for my fears are insurmountable to me until I start walking through them. And as I walk through them, I realize they're not as big or as bad as I ever thought. The thought of being punched in the face is always worse than being punched in the face. For when I'm punched in the face, my body releases adrenaline and I don't feel it. That's the funny thing. My fears of, following my passions is always larger than the reality of the challenges that I will face. But like walking through the desert, we don't know how far it is. We don't know, how long it's going to take, how much effort it will require. But there is everything we've ever needed to survive all around us. And it's just our perspective which leads us to believe that it's either a barren environment or it's, a lush, survivable environment. So that's, what I've found is that by just accepting the fears and not trying to suppress them and not trying to, mask them and just walking forward even if I tremble, it's okay. After 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1,000 steps, I will cease to notice the tremble. I will cease to worry about those doubts and fears. For what I've learned is, no matter what you chase in life, those doubts and fears are always going to show up. But the truth is, for me personally, my doubts and fears were never based in reality. They were always perceived. We feared, like I would fear judgment. But who judges me? No one judges me harder than I judge myself. I would fear rejection. Who rejects me? No one can reject me harder than I can reject myself. That's the truth. That all of our fears aren't actually external to us, but they're internal to us. And the reason that we're afraid of them is because we're currently perpetrating them against me. If I fear other people judging me, it's because I judge myself. If I fear rejection from others, it's because I reject myself. If I'm insecure about how I look or how skilled I am on my talents or abilities, it's because I don't believe in them within myself. The battle's up here. It always has been. The external environment is just us building the reality that we want to create. So, when we can fight through it, but how do we fight the battle that's in our mind? By walking the path. And by accepting fear, by accepting lack, by accepting loss, by accepting scarcity, and just saying, it's okay. Like, I'm happy if I feel lack or loss. Because at least it means I care about things. I'm happy, if I feel doubt. Like, it's not a negative thing to feel doubt, no matter what others say. Like, if you choose to feel negative about it, every time you feel doubt, you're going to have negative emotions. If you embrace the doubt as being your ego not believing in your intuition, you're able to see the doubt for what it is. Sometimes the doubt is based in reality, sometimes it's not based in reality. Sometimes I may have doubt that I can endure what I need to go through. But the only way I'm ever going to find out is by going through it and seeing where I break. And I always remind myself, even if this path leads to my demise and my doom, I choose to walk through it. I choose to walk through it joyfully, graciously. The thing is if it is my destiny in life to walk to my death, I may as well have a good time on my way there and enjoy the last moments of my life. It's the thing, we never know what's around the corner. But I do know this for certain. If I never try, if I never push further than I've ever known, further than I currently know, I will never experience anything that I haven't already experienced. So, it's important to me personally that in life I have to trust that my intuition is right, that my heart doesn't lie.